Good morning, guys. It's 6 a.m. right now. Got my bag all packed, ready to go into Mae Hong Song Loop. All right. So one of the first things you'll notice is that, yes, in Thailand, you drive on the left. Now, is that difficult for an individual who usually drives on the right side of the road? Well, not really. Like a lot of things in life, things are a lot easier once you actually start doing them. Wow, look at that. You'll be surprised how quickly your brain can adjust to driving to the left side of the road, mainly because if you're in a heavy traffic area, going on the wrong side of the road will get you into an accident. But it can be confusing sometimes at turns, but for the most part, you know, as long as you're in a busy area, it's pretty hard to go the wrong way. Now, when I'm in Asia and I want to eat on a budget, I always go to 7-Eleven. This is not an ad for 7-Eleven, it's just so much cheaper. I have no idea what this is, but it looks like maybe salty duck egg and some pork around it. Again, not bad for like 40 cents. And washing it down with a little milk yogurt Yakult thingy. I don't know what this is called. Really good. This is, I think, 10 baht, which is 30 cents. It really does get a bit dangerous though when there aren't any cars around, or you just hop on the bike and you're pulling out of like a gas station or a parking lot in a very isolated area. You might just start noticing people driving towards you, and then you'll be like, oh, I'm on the wrong side of the road. This actually happened to me a few times in some of the smaller buildings. What kind of market here? So a little background on the Mae Hong Song Loop. It's based in northern Thailand, and it starts from Chiang Mai, and then there's a 600-kilometer trip through northern Thailand back to Chiang Mai again. Now, you could easily do this in a car or a faster motorcycle in, 1 or 2 days, but it's much better done in 4 days because it's kind of nice to take your time. I forgot to tell you guys where I'm going. So the first place I'm going is Doi Inthanon Mountain Park? I don't know. Again, sorry about the pronunciation. Probably have to put subtitles. But it's the highest point in all of Thailand, and I checked the weather this morning. It's 55 degrees up there, and so I went with some denim. It's like the warmest thing they got around here, and I got another poncho in case there's some rain so I can waterproof my bag. All right, let's keep on going. As you can see, I'm not that used to riding scooters that much. I mainly only ride on 2 wheels when I'm traveling, and it's been at least a year since I've been on a scooter. Now, I did try riding motorcycles when I was young, but I crashed one and I kind of lost interest, but more on that later. Just full? I don't know. Yeah, the cheap, yeah. How much? Yeah, full. So we've covered around 60 kilometers already. We have another 50 or so to go, and we're gonna go straight up the mountain to the highest point in Thailand, Doi Inthanon. God, I'm butchering this. All right. So it takes around 2 hours to drive from Chiang Mai to Doi Inthanon. Obviously, if you're gonna take breaks, it's gonna take even longer than that. It's around 84 kilometers in total. Oh! Hello.
Hello. Before Doi Inthanon.
Yeah.
Back left.
Hello.
One motorbike.
Yes.
320.
Okay. It's cold up there?
Sick.
Yeah?
Sick.
So there's actually a fee of 300 baht, and then another 20 baht for motorcycles for foreigners. Kind of expensive. That's like 10 bucks, dude. 9 bucks. Oh well. And they got dogs all over the place, which I almost ran over, and if I ever killed a dog, I'd feel terrible because I love dogs. Anyway, let's keep on going. All right, 39 kilos. And then from Doi Inthanon to Mae Sariang, which is where we're going to stop for the night, that's going to be another 190 kilometers, and that should take probably additional, 3-4 hours. Let's take a look at this waterfall. Why not? It's so quiet here. The only thing that's ruining it is my scooter and my annoying voice. And Siri. It's like a little oasis here in the middle of the mountain. It's absolutely beautiful. Good to get off that bike for a few minutes. Check this out. Maya, baby, I wish you were here with me. It's amazing. It's incredible! Alright, that was fun, but we must venture on to the summit. One other thing, I'm literally on top of a mountain right now, and I have 5 bars of 3G service. That's what you get when you travel with T-Mobile. Yeah, T-Mobile. Free international. This is starting to sound like an ad. I'm just really happy I have internet right now. It's gonna get wet and cold. It's already wet and cold. I guess if you come earlier, the clouds are a bit lower. We might just be in the cloud layer, unfortunately, because it's already 10 o'clock. Hopefully, we'll be able to see something. We're around 2,000 meters now. It is like unnecessarily cold. Okay, so now we are inside of a cloud, and I am freezing, and I'm slowly getting wet. Oh man. Thailand. Never expected it to be 55 degrees, huh? Alright, so I have 2 options. If I go fast, which I really can't because I'm too heavy, I get cold from the wind. If I go slow, it takes longer, and I stay colder longer. Ah! Oh man. It's getting cloudy. Hello there, little car. Come on, scooter. Doing a great job. This is like, gotta be torture for this little scooter. I am fully maxed out on the gas right now, and we're going 30 because of my weight. Thank God it's cold up here, or else I would have probably burnt out the engine by now. Overheated. Oh man, my butt is sore. Let's go see if there's any grub here. Alright, so I looked at a few signs. This is around 2,500 meters. I believe it's the highest point in Thailand. It's not actually too high where you're gonna start having altitude sickness or any effects. You gotta go up probably another 500 to 1,000 meters depending on your body type. Although I am starving, so. But now we're gonna head back down, and we're gonna head to our next destination, which is Mae Sariang. It's a town. Sorry if I butchered it. 154 kilometers, 2 hours and 59 minutes. It'll probably take me, yeah, it'll take me 3 hours. I drive like an old man. So in total, we're looking at around 6 hours and 274 kilometers. Again, if you're taking breaks, if you're taking your time, if you're gonna go see the waterfalls and everything, you know, this could take an additional 2-3 hours even. So you wanna start pretty early. Now going to Doi Inthanon is a pretty significant detour because you're going uphill, and then you're also going out of the way for like 90 kilometers. Just from Chiang Mai to Mae Sariang without going to Doi Inthanon is about 188 kilometers. You avoid smaller roads, and that should take you around 3 hours and 30 minutes without break. Now again, I'm riding a scooter, not a motorcycle or a car, so if you are driving those forms of transports, you might get there a lot quicker than me. As for people who are worried about what kind of bikes they need, unless they're planning to do some really serious off-roading, a scooter is pretty much enough for this entire trip. You know, if you don't care about what you're riding and you're more focused on going from place to place, scooters will do fine. The loop itself is beautifully paved throughout, and there's very little traffic. And look at our little friend here. That's perfect camouflage. Hello. I ran over a butterfly before while I was driving. Actually, it hit me in the head. I felt so bad. But yeah, it's starting to rain, so we're going into what I like to call Jurassic Park mode. Poncho mode. I did see a bunch of nice street sport bikes around here, like Ducatis, Yamahas, Ninjas, and I'm sure that would be a lot of fun, especially on the roads we'll be seeing here today. These roads definitely are perfect for some aggressive sports bike riding. There's plenty of twisties. Thailand is definitely one of the richer Southeast Asian countries, so the road quality is amazing. It's definitely better than like Vietnam or the Philippines or like India and South Asia. It's even better than some areas in the United States, to be honest, because they don't really have extreme cold and extreme heat that will expand and kind of create cracks on the roads. You just don't see that too much. Occasionally you might see some road work, but you know, as long as you come during the drier seasons, you should really be okay. Although you'll see later on, there are definitely people who take enduro bikes or motocross bikes. There are a lot of cool off-road trails. Or unfortunately, we're on a scooter, so we can't really do any of that today.
It's quite interesting. I haven't really seen anyone in the last 30 minutes on the road. This is really off the beaten track. Now I know it's the off season, it's the rainy season, and there aren't a lot of tourists, but I expected to see at least 1 or 2 people doing this as well. But the majority of the tourists that I've seen have been driving in cars or they're in vans. It's kind of disappointing because I wanted to meet some people to ride with. 1 is the loneliest number, you know what I mean? The good news is the sun is starting to come back out, I think. Hopefully these clouds will go away a little bit because this is truly a really beautiful area. There's just so much farmland here. There's like this land I lost vibe going on here. And when I say that, I mean this book that was written by like a Vietnamese person who had lived in Vietnam during and before the Vietnam War. I know I'm not in Vietnam, but that's kind of the vibe I'm getting.
Now, as far as riding this route for beginners, like for people who've never really ridden a scooter, I actually think this is a really good place to start. I mean, the traffic is a little heavy in some areas, but you know, compared to the United States or some other Western countries that might have a lot of car traffic, you know, Thailand is kind of built more for scooters. There are more cars here than there would be in, you know, maybe like more laid-back places like Laos or even Vietnam.
Congratulations, Scooter, you just hit 20,000. Woo!
But again, these roads are built for motorcycles. People are used to driving around motorcycles, which is really important. Like the drivers are actually much more aware of motorcyclists than they would be in the States. I know you hear a lot of horror stories of, you know, Southeast Asian drivers, and sure, there's some crazy ones, but in general, people know how to drive around motorcycles.
And it starts to rain. It really hurts. A little bit of rain when you're going at 50 miles per hour is like speeding bullets in your face. It's terrible.
Of course, if you're a beginner, I do recommend renting a bike in Chiang Mai. Try to drive slowly around a day or two. And if you know how to ride a bicycle, if you have a fairly confident driving and you have a good head on your shoulders, you should be all right riding a scooter, no problem.
But it's good to see civilization because that means food. Ooh, look, it's 7-Eleven. Maybe I'll pop and get some food. I'll be honest with you guys. Usually I do some research about where I'm going, but this time the only thing I really looked up is the journey. So I have no idea what this town is known for or what there is to do here. So far, I haven't seen much. This is definitely off the beaten path, off the trail. Yeah. Wow, look at this town hall, I'm guessing. That's the thing about Southeast Asian countries. They're extremely corrupt, so the municipal government buildings are usually amazing to look at. Alright, we're here. Look at those Harleys. It's a pretty cool spot. And there's a pool. I love pools. Yeah, this is really nice, guys. Another room. This time, $18 again. Look at this place. It's got a really cool vibe. Wow. And I love this huge window. So I'm not gonna lie, that was a lot harder than I expected. That's 260 kilometers or 160 miles in one day on a scooter. Yeah.
Luckily, this is going to be our longest distance-wise day. The next 3 days are going to be shorter distances, although the roads are supposed to be more windy, which I think is more fun anyway. But yeah, we're here in Mae Sariang. Sorry if I butchered it. I know I butchered it. Yeah, it's raining outside, so there's not much to do in this town, I don't think. There's like some cultural stuff, trekking that you could do. But honestly, I'm too tired. I just want to eat. And I stopped at this little cafe, and we have pork steak, which looks amazing, little coleslaw fries, and matcha ice latte. Bon appetit. You know, I really like this hotel. I mean, this is nice. It's got a very like weird, like mix of things. You know, the brick wall, the urban kind of floor, and these huge windows. I like it. So, I'm not gonna do anything for the rest of the day. I think I'm just gonna take a nap and pass out. I think I deserve it. So, see you tomorrow, guys.